but only from cruelty. And he gave to those who had nothing but hope, a whisper of balance in an unkind time. You see, even legends rest in this forest. Their deeds already done, now they are memories, floating like pollen through the hush. Can you feel it? The softness of bark beneath your fingertips? The way the moss cradles each stone, each fallen acorn, every forgotten footprint. A stream trickles nearby. The sound, like lullaby rain on a cottage roof, and the air smells of old wood and rain-soaked fern. A scent that tells you you're far, far from the noise of the world. And that is exactly where you're meant to be. In this forest, without edges, where even the stars sleep behind clouds. Let your mind rest beneath the trees. Let the story continue without needing to be followed. You're not here to remember, only to drift. Everything is soft now, even time. The forest begins to fade behind you now, like a dream forgotten. The moment you wake, the trees grow distant. The ground beneath your feet becomes light, almost like walking on the edge of a cloud. You pass through the mist, and before you, rising like a memory half remembered, are the stone bones of a castle, not a ruin, but something suspended in time. Eternal. Waiting. This is Camelot. A castle of golden halls and quiet, empty courtyards. Its windows catch the pale moonlight like gentle eyes. Its towers don't rise in pride, but rest in stillness, like a lion asleep in the grass. You do not need to knock. You are already welcome. Inside, a great round table stands untouched. Its surface gleams faintly, as if lit by a soft fire that has long since gone out. The chairs around it are empty, but the air is full of presence, of voices no longer speaking, of stories that once moved like wind through banners. Sir Lancelot, Sir Galahad, Sir Gawain, their names are gentle murmurs in the stone. Not for glory now, but for rest. You pass a hallway lined with faded tapestries. They don't speak loudly, they only breathe, weaving images of dragons and moons, of quests long ended, and at the far end, a quiet room, its walls curved like the inside of a shell, and within, a throne, unoccupied. A crown lies beside it, but it does not shine. It simply waits, for even kings grow tired, even heroes must sleep. So let your body settle, let your breath soften again, in and out, in and out. No need to carry the story. It carries you. You are not walking anymore. You are floating. Carry gently through halls of legend. The dream has no weight, only warmth. Outside the castle, the air has thickened into velvet. The stars above flickered gently. As if they too are beginning to close their eyes, you find yourself by the edge of a lake, still, mirror-like, stretching out forever into silence. The moon rests on the surface, unbroken, and the air is filled with the faintest hum. Not a song exactly, but something older, a memory. The earth keeps singing to itself. This is the Lake of Avalon, where the mists never part, and time folds softly in on itself. They say a sword once rose from its waters, a blade not forged for war, but for destiny. But there is no battle here tonight. No calls for courage, only stillness. A barge rests near the shore, its wood dark and worn, lined with petals and silks, waiting, like everything else in this quiet land, for someone who no longer needs to arrive. The queen's aboard, 3 figures robed in silence. Do not speak, they only watch. Their eyes are calm, their presence gentle. They are not here to awaken anyone, only to guard the sleep that never ends. A faint breeze stirs the surface of the water. Ripples drift out like sighs. Even the trees at the lake's edge bow slightly, as if cradling the moment. You sit at the water's edge. The earth beneath you soft and warm, and with every breath, you feel yourself growing heavier, not weighed down, but grounded, like a stone resting beneath moss. The air smells faintly of wildflowers and fog, and far, far in the distance, a heart plays a single, endless note. Let that sound stay with you. Let it carry you deeper into stillness. You don't need to think. You don't need to remember. You are already floating, and floating is enough. The lake is behind you now, though it never truly leaves. Its stillness lingers in your breath. Its memory, woven into your bones. You are somewhere else again. But you didn't move. You were simply carried. A field stretches before you, endless and opened and wrapped in twilight. The grass is tall and golden, whispering as it sways, not with urgency, but with welcome. Each blade bends in rhythm with your heartbeat, soft, slow, steady. A lullaby written by the land. In the middle of the field, a stone circle stands, not towering, not imposing, just present, like an old friend who says nothing, but makes you feel at home. These stones have no names. They do not need them. They have seen solstices. They have watched snow fall without melting. They have stood as the world changed, and changed again. Tonight, they are watching over you. You lie in the center of the circle, the earth cupped gently beneath your spine. The stars above seem closer now, closer than they've ever been, and you realize there is no story to follow here. Only the hush between moments, the space where words fall asleep. A soft wind passes through the circle. It does not chill. It carries the scent of lavender and smoke, and something else, something warm and ancient. Perhaps it is memory, or maybe just a breath of the world itself. Let your breath match it. Inhale, gently. Exhale, slower still. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go. You are a star tucked into the grass. You are part of the sky, part of the silence. Time folds around you like a blanket. And the stones, they keep watch, always, somewhere far away. A church bell tolled, but not to summon, only to soothe. Its sound is round and distant, like a ripple in time. Not loud, only present. You're no longer in the field. Now, cobblestones cradle your feet, old and worn smooth by centuries of quiet footsteps. This is a village without a name, one that never appears on maps, where each house leans gently, as if listening to the breeze. Thatched roofs, mossy walls, windows aglow with golden candlelight. But the streets are empty. Everyone inside, wrapped in warmth and rest. And you are only passing through, a soft soul drifting through a dream. A black dog watches from a doorway, eyes glowing not with menace, but with memory. Some say he is a spirit, older than the church, whose steeple leans into the fog. Others say he's only shadow, caught between this world and the next. But tonight, he lies down, head on paws, and lets you pass. Even the ghosts are resting now. You hear the creak of a tavern sign, the whisper of a lullaby behind shutters, and the scent of wood blending with bread and lavender. You pass a chapel door. Old oak, carved long ago. The marks feel familiar beneath your fingers. Rooms, perhaps, or just time. There is no need to knock. You simply walk on, each step softer than the last. Your limbs grow heavy, not with effort, but with peace. Even the air hums gently, a tone without tune, a cradle for thought, and you realize you are no longer listening to a story. You are inside one, becoming part of the hush, Stillness wraps around your shoulders. Sleep tugs at your thoughts. Not suddenly, but like twilight folding into night. You are safe. You are still. Now, the road has faded. There are no paths ahead. Only sky above and earth below. You are in a place, between places, a moment suspended. Neither night nor morning, just the in-between. Far ahead, rising from the mist, is a hill, gently curved, covered in soft heather and silver grass that sways without wind. This is not just a hill. This is a barrow, an ancient resting place where kings lie beneath the soil, their dreams stretching into the stars. You climb without effort. Your feet barely touch the ground, each step lighter than the last, as if gravity itself is growing sleepy. At the top, the sky opens wide, and silence deepens. A standing stone waits here, lichen-covered, quiet, its surface worn smooth by 1,000 quiet sunrises. Lean against it, close your eyes, and listen. Beneath you, beneath the hill, lies a king, not one of war or glory, but a dreamer, a guardian of peace. His sword lies quiet beside him, his armor untouched by rust, and he sleeps, not in death, but in waiting. They say he will rise when the land calls his name again, but the land is quiet now, and so he rests. And so do you. You are lying not on stone or soil, but on memories soft and deep. The stars above do not blink. They watch. The sky hums with a note you can't quite hear, but feel. It slows your breath. It stills your thoughts. It reminds you that you are not alone. You are part of the silence, part of the story, part of the dream. And it's all so very soft. You remain on the hilltop, but the world around you has changed. It is not night, nor is it day. It is something softer, like a memory, beginning to fade, but still warm in your hands. Below the hill, the land stretches out in every direction, rolling, endless, quiet, farmlands, moors, winding rivers, like silver threads sewn through velvet green. The world feels vast, but not empty. It hums with a presence, as if everything is simply asleep. You are a guest in a slumbering dream, and they're rising from the mist again. A quiet ruin, walls broken, arches collapsed, but nothing feels lost. It simply rests. This was once a stone laid by calloused hands, built not for power, but for peace. You walk slowly through what remains. Cloisters where monks once walked barefoot in silence. Gardens where herbs still bloom without anyone tending them. A single bell, cracked but still whole. And in the center, a fountain, dry now, but echoing with the memory of water. You sit beside it and close your eyes. You imagine the soft chant of voices long gone. Low, slow, like the wind through reeds. Not words, but tone. A sound that carries no message, only meaning, and you breathe in and out. Time does not matter here. You are outside the ticking clock. You are in a part of the story where even the storyteller sleeps. Let that quiet take you. Let your limbs grow heavy, your mind grow dim. There is no journey, no destination, just this moment, and this one, and this one. You are floating still, and all is well. The monastery fades behind you, not in haste, but as if gently carried off by the mist. Now there is only open land again, endless, rolling, bathed in pale light, from a moon that never sets. You walk slowly, but you are not walking. You are simply being. Each breath you take deepens the stillness within you. Each moment stretches like a soft sigh between worlds. There, in the distance, a tree appears. Just one. Tall, wide, ancient. Its branches reach out like arms in welcome. Its leaves whisper lullabies that only the soul can understand. This is the tree of dreams. No roots dig, no leaves fall. It simply exists, always waiting, always watching. For those who need rest, you sit beneath it, or maybe lie down. The earth here is soft, not dirt, but something gentler, like memory, like silk. Above you, the branches sway without sound, and you feel your body sink slightly, as if the world is cradling you. You are light now, like ash floating upward, like a star drifting through a story. And the tree, it begins to hum, a deep, slow vibration. Not a song, not a word, just the sound of rest. You do not need to think. You do not need to feel. You do not need to do anything. Let that be your lullaby. Let that truth settle over you like dusk settling over the hills. And if, by chance, you are still awake, breathe in slowly, breathe out gently. And if your eyes are still open, perhaps type the word stillness in the comments, just once or twice. Then close your eyes. There is nothing more you need. Not now. Not here. Only rest. Only peace. Only dreams. You remain beneath the dreaming tree, but time has loosened its grip. The stars above shift slowly, like lanterns drifting across an endless sea. You feel no need to move. Even your thoughts have grown quiet, like footprints fading in snow. Somewhere far off, a river flows. Its current is slow, not with weariness, but with wisdom. The sound it makes is soft, like fabric sliding across stone, like breath brushing against candlelight. Let that river arrive, not with splash or wave, but like a memory returning from a time before you were born. This is not just water. This is the river of old names, of places once spoken, then forgotten, of myths that slept so deeply they became part of the land itself. You follow the sound without walking. You float toward it, as if drawn by something familiar, something kind. And there it is, wide and silver. The river winds endlessly through a hollow vale. Its banks are lined with reeds and old stone markers, worn down by wind, but still standing. You kneel at the edge, your reflection not staring back, but dreaming. Across the water, a shape begins to form, soft and glowing, like moonlight given form. Perhaps a woman, perhaps something older. Her robes shimmer with fog. Her voice, if it comes at all, is not heard, but felt. She is a keeper of the river, of what has been, and what never truly ends. She does not speak your name. She only opens her hands and offers you rest. You do not need to take it. You already have. The current calls to no one. It simply flows, and so do you. Stillness in motion. Peace without weight. Let the sound of that river stay with you. As the last thoughts dissolve into mist, the river slowly fades behind you, not with distance, but with stillness. Its sound remains a gentle hush, like wind through tall grass, just out of reach, yet always near. Now you drift through open space again. Not sky, not land, but something between. Here, the air is soft as wool, the horizon has no edge, and you are nothing but a thought wrapped in moonlight. Shapes begin to form, not sharply, but like shadows beneath water. An isle s'more, round, encircled by mist. It never moves. You have arrived at a forgotten place. A place whispered in only the quietest of tales. This is Anis Avalon, Avalon, the Isle of Rest. You do not walk here. You are carried, as if by the breath of a sleeping world. The grass underfoot is always cool. The sky above never fades. There are no voices here, only presences. Old, gentle ones, neither watching nor judging, keeping. You pass beneath an orchard, apple trees, bowed with fruit, their blossoms suspended as if caught mid-fall. The air smells sweet, with something faintly metallic beneath, perhaps the memory of a sword. And there, in the distance, a figure sleeps on a carved stone bed. not in pain, not in worry, only resting. He is robed in velvet, a crown of iron and leaves lies beside him, a sword at his feet, its blade wrapped in ivy. This is the once and future king. He does not stir. He does not need, for this is not his time, and there is no time at all. You sit beside him, though he does not wake, and the silence around you thickens, like a dream that wants to stay. Your breath, not just his, slow, still, silent. There is no need to speak, only to be. Sleep is all around you now. It flows in the air. It gathers in your bones. It welcomes you home. The king continues to sleep, and so do the leaves around him. Not a single breeze disturbs the trees. Not a single sound stirs the air. Everything here rests. You rise, slowly, not with effort, but as if your thoughts have gently lifted you. There is no destination now, only movement without purpose, drift without direction. You find yourself beside a stone wall, half sunken in moss, its edges rounded by centuries of rain and time too tired to keep track. It encircles a garden, one that blooms even though no hand tends it. Night flowers, moon-colored and soft, glow faintly in the dusk. Vines curl like sleeping cats, and at the center, a pool. Still as glass, you peer into it, not to see yourself, but to fall inward, slowly, gently, like sinking through velvet. Beneath the surface, images float, but they are not memories. Not yours, not anyone's. They are fragments of stories, unfinished, unclaimed. A white stag disappearing into fog. A maiden with silver hair, her eyes closed in song. A crown floating just beneath the water. A lantern swinging from a tree that has no roots. You watch them pass, but you do not reach for them. They are not here to be held, only to drift. And you are the same. You rest beside the pool. The earth beneath you, cool and cradling. Your limbs are soft. Your breath is softer. There is no beginning here, no middle, no end. Only this hush, and this stillness, and this deep, gentle peace. You are not asleep yet, but you are close, so very close. The garden breathes with you now. It holds no secrets, only silence, and you are safe inside it. Stillness has settled into everything. Even your thoughts now come slower and gentler, like feathers drifting down a spiral staircase. The garden fades, not with loss, but with peace. You are carried onward once more, not by foot, not by thought, just gently moved. You pass through a valley of mist. It clings to the air like a hush made visible. Not cold, not damp, just quiet. Beneath your feet, the path becomes soft woven, not of stone or soil, but of old stories, told too many times to remember the ending. And the hills rise around you like sleeping giants, their backs covered in moss, their hearts beating slow beneath the earth. In this place, there are no voices, no names, no history to carry. Only one thing remains: a doorway, not built, not carved. It is simply there, between two standing stones, arched, naturally, as though time leaned into this shape to offer you passage. You step through, without hesitation, without question, and now you are inside the hill. But it does not close behind you. It stays open, just enough for dreams to breathe. Within the hill, a soft golden glow lights the chamber walls. Crystals glint faintly, but never sharply. Their shimmer is soft, like candlelight through a veil. The air is warm, but it carries no scent, no sound, only the still rhythm of sleep. In the center of the room, a stone basin, clear water within. You do not look into it. You don't need to. Instead, you rest your hand on the side of the basin and feel the slow heartbeat of the hill itself. It is the heartbeat of the island, of Avalon. of the earth beneath legend. It is deep and steady, and now your breath matches it. You do not need to know what comes next. You are already part of the dream. You remain inside the hill, but the hill no longer feels like a place. It feels like a thought, half remembered. You lie back, and the stone beneath you is warm, not hard, but shaped to hold you. Above, the ceiling glows faintly, like stars through a silk curtain. They do not twinkle, they only wait and breathe. You're not thinking anymore, not really. Your mind has quieted to a whisper, and that whisper is fading. There are no more stories to follow, only layers of silence folded gently over you like soft blankets in winter. You remember or imagine a voice, not speaking aloud, but gently arriving in your thoughts. There is no crown to wear here, no sword to lift, only sleep, and how welcome it is. The chamber around you begins to blur, not in fear, but in comfort. Its edges soften, like old pages curling at the corners, and with every breath you take, you feel lighter and deeper. All at once, there is a hum beneath the silence. Not music, just presence. The same feeling as standing in a forest at dusk, when the wind is still and everything is listening. Let yourself drift with that sound. Let yourself forget the shape of time. You are no longer a visitor here. You are part of it. You are part of the stone, part of the air, part of the story that never needs telling again. Your hands are still, your breath is low. Your eyes, if they are not yet closed, soon will be, and when they do, nothing will be missing. Only quiet, only peace, only rest. Outside the hill, the world continues. It's quiet turning, but inside, there is no turning. Only stillness, only warmth. You are curled gently in the arms of the earth, and the earth is humming a song with no melody, no rhythm, just rest. You no longer wonder where you are. You no longer wonder who you are, because none of that matters in this place beyond remembering. Everything here has soft edges, thoughts, names, even sound. There are echoes of voices, but not words, not stories, just the shape of old things. Resting in silence, one whispers of a knight in silver armor, searching not for glory, but for stillness. Another of a queen who vanished into the woods, not to hide, but to sleep beneath the trees forever. These are not tales to follow. They are not meant to be understood. They are clouds of memory passing slowly above you. You reach for none of them, because you are already held. Your chest rises. Your chest falls. Once. Again. Slower still. The stone around you has warmed to your presence, or maybe you have cooled to match it. There is no difference. Everything here is harmony. Even the darkness is gentle. It wraps around you like a soft shawl, knitted from moonlight and moss. You don't need to speak. You don't even need to think. Your breath is the only sound now, and even that is fading into the rhythm of the dream. You have entered the part of the story where the story no longer needs telling. Only quiet, only drifting. You are floating now, and there is nowhere else to go. Only deeper. You no longer know where you are, because the question itself has melted away. There is no need for place, for path, or even for presence. Only this soft unfolding of silence. You are a single thought, held gently in the palm of night. And night is in no rush. You drift, but you feel no movement. You listen, but hear only peace. You breathe, and even that has become effortless. There are shapes now, barely there. Figures of light moving slowly through the corners of your mind. Perhaps they are guardians. Perhaps they are just fragments of old dreams repeating themselves in soft loops. One wears a crown of stars, another carries a branch of ash, and a third simply watches. Not with eyes, but with knowing. They do not speak, but their presence is kind. They circle you gently, as if tending a garden whose only bloom is your rest. Let them They are not here to wake you, only to watch over your quiet. You are deep beneath the surface now, where no ripple can reach. Even the sky above has stilled. There are no more torches, no more tapestries, no more names or tales. Just a hush, the endless hush, the sound of nothing, holding everything. And it holds you too. You are not falling asleep anymore. You are sleep itself, a breath drawn by the world, a sigh released by the stars. Float here, rest here. There is nothing more to remember, nothing more to hear. Only this, slow, soft, forever. You are no longer beside the dreaming king. You are no longer inside the hill. You are nowhere now, and it is perfect. No walls, no weight, no direction. Just an endless, darkened softness stretching in all directions, like the inside of a lullaby. There are no steps here, no voices, no thoughts, only space that hums gently. Each breath you take echoes slightly, as if you're curled inside a shell and the world outside has grown quiet, as if it too is sleeping. And maybe it is. Maybe all of England sleeps now. Its forests curled like cat, its rivers slowed to a whisper, its castles fading into the fog. All the legends, all the names, they rest. They are not forgotten. They are just dreaming, and you are wrapped within them, like a thread in a great woven cloth, pulled gently through each fold, until all the edges disappear. You are no longer watching the dream. You are the dream. A floating thought, a fading candle, a feather in the dark. There's no need to hold on. The story continues without you, like a river that never stops flowing even when no one watches. Let go of the story. Let go of the world. Let go of your name. There is no sadness in this, only peace, a quiet, deeper, and silence. No questions, no answers, just this, soft, still, endless. There is no motion anymore, only presence. You are resting in something beyond place, beyond time, beyond the story. The dream is unspooled completely now, and all that remains is a soft and endless now. You are floating not through air, not through water, but through quiet itself. Everything around you is dim, but not dark, cool, but not cold. It feels like being wrapped in the quiet of a library that forgot it was full of books. Nothing stirs, nothing needs to. Somewhere, far away, but gently near, you sense a sound, the slow turning of pages, the faint hush of wings, the deep heartbeat of something ancient and kind. Maybe it is the land. Maybe it is the last breath of a sleeping legend. Or maybe it is you. You've become part of it all now. The mists, the meadows, the still waters, the sleeping king, the forgotten chapel, the winding stories, once told by firelight, all folded into a lullaby. No one remembers writing, and within that lullaby, you are not the listener, you are the silence. Between each line, soft, weightless, still. Let yourself drift without anchor, without thought. There is nothing behind you that needs holding. There is nothing ahead that needs chasing. All is here. All is now. All is sleep. You are not dreaming anymore. You are the space between dreams. A soft, unseen pause, held gently in the arms of night. There is no sky above you, no ground below. Just a feeling of being cradled by something vast, something warm, something that asks nothing of you. No voices, no memories, not even the rhythm of breath. Only the hum, slow, like a string tied to the stars vibrating once. Then still you begin to notice things without noticing. A faint shimmer around you. Not light, but the memory of light. A gentle scent. Not of flowers or air, but of calm itself. And far, far away, a bell rings. But it's not calling you. It's singing you to sleep. It tolls once, softly. Then again, quieter than nothing. The silence that follows is not empty. It's full of rest, full of comfort. You realize you've stopped needing to listen. You're not following words anymore. You're letting them pass by like clouds in a still sky, each one quieter, each one slower, each one closer to stillness. And in this stillness, there is no you at all. Just warmth, just peace, just the sound of everything letting go. This is what the legends never told. Not the sword, not the crown, not the king, but the silence that waited after the last story ended. And you have found it. You have become it. You are rest. You are sleep. You are home. There is no story left to tell, but you remain, floating gently in the place where stories sleep. No past, no future. Just the hush of now, like a long exhale that never needs to end. You have drifted far from the shores of thought. Even memory seems distant. A whisper carried away by soft winds you can no longer feel. And still, there is warmth. It surrounds you, not like a blanket, but like belonging, a presence without form, without face, without voice, but deeply, deeply kind. It asks nothing. It only states, this is the part of sleep that feels like returning. Not returning to a place, or a name, or a story. Just a stillness, to the center of calm that has always waited for you. Quietly, patiently. You are weightless. Not floating, not sinking. Simply still. Your thoughts are no longer thoughts, just soft shapes that drift through the mind like petals on water. No need to reach, no need to understand. Let them pass, let them fade. You have found what the dreaming king sought, what the sacred isle promised, what even the stars quietly watch. You have found peace without beginning, without end. The kind of peace that doesn't ask you to fall asleep, because you already have. Even your breath is now part of the silence. Even your name has gone quiet. There is only this soft, warm, eternal. You are no longer aware of time. There are no minutes, no hours, no before or after. Only the gentle sense of drifting endlessly inward, into comfort, into quiet, into rest. Thought has become soundless, sound has become weightless, and you have become stillness. Around you, a soft light pulses, not to reveal, but to soothe. It has no color. It simply is, like the glow behind closed eyes, like the last candle before true sleep, and through it, you feel the world hum. Not in movement, but in memory, faintly. You sense the echo of old hills, resting beneath layers of moss and mist, of ancient stones, silent witnesses to forgotten prayers, of long-lost voices whose stories sleep beside yours. But none of these need to wake. Nothing needs to rise. Everything here is allowed to rest, allowed to let go. And so are you. Let go of the name you carried. Let go of the path you followed. Let go of the sound, and even of the silence. There is only softness now, only peace. This is not a destination. This is a return to what came before words, before stories, before you knew you were dreaming. You are not alone here, but you are untouched, held gently by a presence that does not move, does not speak, but knows. It knows you are tired, and it welcomes your sleep like a shore welcomes the tide. Here, you do not need to drift anymore. You have arrived at stillness, at quiet, at sleep. There is no direction now. No above or below. No here. No there. Just rest. A rest so deep, it doesn't even need a name. You are no longer drifting. You are no longer floating. You have become stillness itself, like a drop of dew resting in the center of a sleeping flower. There is no more effort, no more following. Even the voice that brought you here is quiet now, still speaking, but only in breath. If there is a story, it is only this, that you are here, and you are safe, and you are done. You do not need to remember the legends. You do not need to hold the tales. Let them dissolve, like fog lifting from fields in early morning light. But even the morning will not come yet. Not now. This night is yours. A forever night. Not dark, not cold, just endless and warm. You are wrapped in the memory of every safe place you've ever known, every gentle sound, every soft hand, every calm breath that ever whispered to your soul, "You may rest." Now, there is nothing beyond this moment, and that is good. That is perfect. Let go of the breath. Let go of the thought. Let go of the need to let go. Sleep is not something you're falling into anymore. It is something you've become. It is not the end of the day. It is the beginning of peace. And you are at its center. Forever. There is no more separation. You are not beside anything, beneath anything, or beyond anything. You are everything and nothing. And that is peace. The hush around you is complete. So complete, it doesn't even feel like silence. It feels like truth. If there was once a room, or a path, or a hill, they have all faded now, softly, like footprints swallowed by snow, and still you remain. Not as a figure, not as a thought, but as presence. Gentle, weightless, whole. You are no longer listening. You are no longer hearing. The voice, even this one, is only a tide you are far beneath. And deeper still, you are resting inside a rest that has no bottom. The kind of rest that even stars seek when they burn out and become memory. The kind of rest that welcomes you without asking your name, without wondering where you've been. It knows, and it does not care. Because you are here. Because you are still. Because you are safe. There is no sound, no wind, not even a rustle of dreams. And in that vast, beautiful nothing, you are loved. Not the love that reaches, but the love that waits, that holds, that stays. You do not need to go any further. You are home. No door, no key, just this. Always this. Sleep. You are so far from waking now. It no longer exists. Even the word sleep has faded. All that remains is quiet. True quiet. Not silence that waits to be broken, but silence that is whole. Your body is softened into something lighter than breath, something smaller than time. And your thoughts, if any remain, are no longer thoughts at all. They are ripples. They are glows. They are gentle folds in a fabric without end. This is the place where the sky no longer hangs above. It lives inside you, where clouds drift through you without needing names, without needing shapes. You are the breeze. You are the still water. You are the space between the stars. Everything is calm. Everything is still. And you are part of it. Nothing needs to happen here, because everything has already become what it was always meant to be. No path, no progress, no story, just presence, just warmth, just the endless, unchanging rhythm of peace. This is the place where the old myths end. Not in battle, not in sorrow, but in sleep. The knights have sheathed their swords. The queens have stepped from their thrones. The dragons are curled in caves of moss and velvet, breathing slowly, dreaming deeply. And you are beneath it all, or above it, or within. It doesn't matter, because you are still, because you are whole, because you are gone in the most peaceful way possible. And the dream continues without you needing to follow. It carries you, always. There is no motion now, not in your breath, not in your thoughts, not even in the quiet. It is perfect stillness, like a candle that was never lit, but still gives light. You have passed through the veil of dreams into something softer, something quieter. Not the dream, not the story, but the space left behind when all tales have ended. No more figures, no more names, no more stars, only peace. A peace that wraps you like the fog, wraps the moor, like sleep wraps the world when no one is watching. There are no voices anymore, not even the whisper of this one. You only feel the words. Like ripples across a pond you are already resting beneath. Time itself has curled up beside you and gone to sleep. And so has everything else. This is the part of rest that never begins and never ends. It is not quiet. It is beyond quiet. It is the hum beneath all sound, the pause beneath all thought, the comfort beneath all effort. You are cradled in the arms of stillness, and stillness asks nothing of you. No breath, no awareness, no need to remember how you arrived. You are simply here, and here is all there is. Let yourself dissolve, not into light, not into shadow, but into nothing at all. And in that nothing, you will find everything. Sleep is no longer something happening to you. Sleep is what you are, and you are safe, and you are held, and you are gone in the most beautiful way. Nothing moves, not the air, not the light, not even the memory of sound. You are resting in a place where rest itself has fallen asleep. There are no more images, no more symbols. Even the dreams that once wandered beside you have curled inward, like petals at night. You are not watching this moment. You are not inside it. You are the moment, soft, weightless, barely even here. This is what the legends meant when they spoke of eternal peace. Not a throne, not a reward, but this a silence, so deep that nothing can disturb it. Not time, not thought, not even the faintest ripple of consciousness. And yet, you are not lost. You are not gone. You are simply held in stillness, held in kindness, held in a gentle darkness that wants nothing from you but your rest. Even the stars above Avalon have gone dim. Not vanished, just asleep. The sword lies untouched. The king does not stir. The land does not rise, because there is no need to. Everything is already whole, and you are whole too. This is where the story truly ends, not with words, not with sounds, but with the softest breath, drawn in, held quietly, then let go. No return, no awakening, just this, still, safe, silent. You do not have to do anything. You do not even have to listen. Just be here, or rather, be nowhere. And in that nowhere, find your deepest rest. This is not a place. This is not a dream. It is simply rest. A rest without story, without time, without form. You are no longer listening. You are no longer remembering. Even your breath is a whisper you have let go of. There is no need to return, no need to open your eyes. No need to remember what sleep felt like, because you are past it, deeper than it, part of something even more quiet than silence. The stillness has no shape, no edge, no beginning. It is warm. It is infinite. It is gently, endlessly yours. All things here are at peace. The nights rest. The king sleeps. The hills dream slowly beneath silver light that no longer shines, but simply exists. You do not float. You do not fall. You are not even still, because there is no longer movement to be still from. This is not the end of the journey. It is the forgetting of there ever being one, a soft fading, a kind pause, a place between heartbeats, between stars, between thoughts. And in this place, you are more complete than you have ever been. Let yourself forget your name. Forget your shape. Forget your breath. There's no need to try. You already have. And even if some part of you still hears this voice, even if some last thread of thought lingers, it too is unraveling, slowly, gently, without pain. You are not gone. You are simply no longer separate from anything else. You are what the world becomes when it finally exhales. Sleep is no longer a passage. It is your nature now. Quiet, still, forever. There is no longer any trace of the path that brought you here. No footprints, no sound, not even memory. Only this velvet dark, this soft breath of stillness, this sleep that has no border. You are not lying down. You are not floating. You are simply gone in the most beautiful way. Even dreams, those quiet companions of the night, have slipped away to rest. There is nothing left to imagine, nothing left to see. And still, you are surrounded by warmth, by something without name, but full of care. You do not know what you are resting in, only that it is kind, that it holds you without asking why. The legends have fallen silent. The swords have long rusted. The crowns are dust. But peace remains. It drifts through everything, like the soft tide of breath from a sleeping child. And you are part of it. You are not remembered. You are not forgotten. You simply are. And that is enough. Even this voice, once gentle and slow, has become almost nothing. Just a shadow of a whisper curled around your sleep. You are too deep now for words to follow, too far for thoughts to reach. You are beneath the dream, beneath time, beneath self, and there, you are safe. This silence will not leave you. This stillness will not end. It holds you not until morning, but for as long as you need, for as long as forever lasts. There are no more echoes, no more reflections. Even a space between thoughts has grown quiet. You are deeper now than anyone ever needs to go. Not lost, not gone, just entirely at rest. Even the idea of rest has faded. There is no awareness, no mind to hold it, no time to measure it. Only presence, still, safe, invisible, like the heartbeat of the earth before the first story was ever told. You are folded now into something wider than memory, gentler than light, softer than anything that has ever been spoken aloud. This is the peace that myths whispered about but never fully knew. Not the victory, not the return, but the stillness that waits after it all. The land is no longer sleeping. It simply is, and so are you. There is no boundary left between you and the world. You have become the night sky, the quiet stone, the hush of forgotten waters beneath ancient trees. You are not remembered. You are not forgotten. You are simply held by nothing, held by everything. No questions, no answers, only the deep hum beneath all things, and even that is fading. Sleep is no longer a state. It is no longer an experience. It is what remains when all else has dissolved. You are not being sung to sleep. You are the silence after the final note, and that silence will hold you for as long as you wish. You are no longer listening. You are no longer here. You are not even asleep. You are what sleep becomes when it forgets itself completely. There is no feeling in your limbs, because there is no need for limbs. No shape, no sound, no self. Only the soft drift of being without thought, without effort, without motion. This is the quiet beneath dreams, beneath stories, beneath stars. Even the myths, the ones we told in voices wrapped in wonder, have stopped their telling. Arthur sleeps. The nights are dust. The round table is stone beneath ivy. And still, they rest, not waiting, not hiding, just resting. Just still. The island of Avalon no longer shines. It no longer floats. It simply is a hush held between two tides that never reach the shore. And you are there too, not as a visitor, not as a dreamer, but as part of that hush. You do not drift. You do not float. You have become the stillness itself. You are the deep fog, the quiet hill, the old name forgotten with love. And in this forgetting, you are finally, fully at peace. No breath, no tension, no thought, only this, a soft forever. No doors, no return, no morning, just stillness, just sleep. Just this. You have not been carried here. You've not been led. You have become this silence. You are not resting inside a dream. You are not dreaming at all. You have dissolved into stillness, so complete it no longer needs a name. And in that nameless hush, you are whole. No movement, no memory, no waiting. The world, if it still turns, does so softly, so slowly, that even time forgets to notice. And you no longer watch it. You no longer wonder, because everything you needed to hear has already been whispered. And now, there are no more words, not even these. Only a hush that deepens itself, moment by moment, until moments vanish. You are not beneath stars. You are not among hills. You are not inside a cave, or a chamber, or a memory. You are inside what is left after everything else has gone to sleep. It is not darkness. It is not light. It is not a place. It is simply peace. And peace doesn't ask. It doesn't speak. It doesn't move. It surrounds. It holds. It is. Let your breath be forgotten. Let your name go. Let your mind unfold like the last petal of the last flower in a garden where time has stopped. There is no more story, no more voice, only this. Soft, endless, still. You are no longer falling asleep. You are no longer sleeping. You are what comes after, and it is beautiful. This is the place, without shape, without sound, without even stillness, because stillness needs contrast, and here, there is nothing to compare, nothing to define, nothing to hold. It is not the end of the dream. It is not the end of the story. It is what waits beyond both, quietly, gently, without ever calling your name. You are not resting anymore. You are not sleeping. You are the soft air between stars, the drift between waves, the thought before thoughts begin. You are no longer aware of silence. You are silence, and silence does not wonder. Silence does not listen. It simply remains. This moment will not fade because you are no longer marking time. You are outside of time, outside of everything, unseen, complete. Even if the wind were to rise, you would not feel it. Even if dawn whispered at the edge of the sky, you would not know. Because there is no edge here, no change, no boundary, only softness that does not begin and will not end. A breath taken so long ago that it forgot to exhale, and yet it rests on, quiet, gentle, forever. There is no more voice, only presence. There is no more thought, only being, and that being is peace. Deep, soft, immovable. You do not need to hold it. You do not need to find it. It is you. You are it. And there is nothing more. There are no more steps, no more turning pages, no more waiting. You are here, fully, quietly, completely. And here is not a place. It is not even a feeling. It is the soft remainder of all things. Come to rest. You are not at the end of a path. You are beyond the idea of a path. Beyond story, beyond sleep, beyond self. Just this, a hush too deep to name, a warmth too ancient to question, a peace too wide to measure. There is no longer a voice, only rhythm, only breath without sound, only stillness without shape. If any part of you still stirs, gently, softly, you may let it go now. Let go of holding on. Let go of even listening. Let go of letting go. There is nothing more to do, nothing more to hear, nothing more to be. You are the closing petal, the sleeping tide, the fading ember, the dust of light at the edge of morning. But morning will not come. Not yet. Not here. Here, there is only the hush of being, a hush that has always waited and now holds you, without motion, without question, without end. Or don't drift, or remain. You've made it to the quiet, behind the world, to the softest possible sleep. Stay here, as long as you wish. Everything is still. Everything is still. Everything is still.